Long ago, in the Kingdom of Evervale, there lived a young prince named Adrian. He was loved by everyone in the kingdom. He was kind, brave, and always helped those in need. One bright morning, Prince Adrian prepared for a journey to a neighboring kingdom. His father, the king, had asked him to deliver an important message of peace. As Adrian rode through a forest road, he noticed an old woman sitting beside the path. "Please help me," the old woman cried. "My cart has broken down." Being kind-hearted, Adrian immediately stopped his horse. "Of course," he said, "let me help you." But the moment he stepped closer, several men jumped out from behind the trees. Before Adrian could react, they grabbed him and tied his hands. "What is the meaning of this?" Adrian shouted. The old woman stood up and laughed. "You are too kind for your own good, Prince Adrian." A young man stepped out from the shadows. He looked nothing like a prince. His eyes were cruel and his smile was cold. "This is my son, Victor," said the old woman proudly, "and today he becomes the prince." Adrian struggled against the ropes. "You will never get away with this." The old woman only smiled. "We already have." The woman pulled out a strange golden powder and threw it into Adrian's face. A bright light surrounded him. Adrian cried out as his body began to grow larger and larger. His hands became enormous. His voice became deep. His face changed until he no longer looked human. When the light disappeared, a gigantic figure stood where the prince had been. Adrian looked at his reflection in a nearby stream. He could not believe his eyes. He had become a giant. Meanwhile, Victor was dressed in royal clothing and placed on Adrian's horse. Victor only laughed. The fake prince rode away with the old woman. Alone and frightened, Adrian hurried toward the kingdom. Surely someone would recognize him. Surely someone would help him. But when he reached the city gates, the guards screamed, "A monster!" People ran in every direction. Arrows filled the air. Adrian tried to explain, "I am your prince," but his giant voice only frightened them more. The villagers picked up torches. The soldiers raised their swords. Realizing nobody believed him, Adrian turned and ran. He ran through forests, crossed rivers, and climbed steep cliffs until he reached the lonely mountains far beyond the kingdom. Breathing heavily, he looked down at the kingdom he once called home. "My father, my people. One day I will return. One day I will prove who I am." Far below the mountains, another story was beginning. In a small cottage near the edge of the kingdom lived a beautiful girl named Lily. Unlike her cruel stepmother and selfish stepsisters, Lily was kind and hardworking. Every day she cleaned the house, cooked the meals, and cared for the garden while her stepfamily relaxed. One evening, Lily's stepmother stared into a mirror and frowned. "I am losing my beauty," she muttered. The next morning, she called Lily. "I have a special task for you." "What is it?" Lily asked. The woman smiled wickedly. "In the mountains grows a rare silver leaf. They say it can keep a woman beautiful forever. Go and bring me the leaf. If you fail, don't come back." Lily looked towards the distant mountains, the same mountains where a lonely giant prince was hiding. Neither of them knew that their destinies were about to change forever. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Lily stood outside her cottage with a small basket on her arm. Her stepmother's cruel words echoed in her mind. Everyone in the village feared those mountains. Taking a deep breath, she began her journey. As she walked through the forest, the village slowly disappeared behind her. The trees grew taller. The paths became narrower. The air became colder. Hours passed. By midday, Lily was tired and hungry. She sat beside a stream to rest. As she drank water from her hands, she heard a strange sound nearby. Whimpering, soft and frightened. Lily followed the sound through the bushes. There, trapped beneath a fallen branch, was a small white fox. The poor creature struggled desperately. "Oh, you poor thing," Lily said gently. Carefully, she lifted the branch. The fox quickly freed itself. For a moment, it stared at her with bright eyes. Then it rubbed against her leg before running back into the forest. Lily smiled. Even in a dangerous place, she could not ignore someone in need. Soon she continued climbing higher into the mountains. The path became steeper. Sharp rocks covered the ground. Dark clouds gathered overhead. Suddenly, strong winds swept through the mountain pass. Lily lost her footing. She slipped. Her basket fell from her hands. She slid down a rocky slope. "Help!" she cried. The rock scraped her arms. She tried to stop herself but could not. Far above, on a cliff overlooking the valley, giant Adrian heard the scream. He immediately stood. For months he had lived alone, rarely hearing another human voice. Without hesitation, he rushed toward the sound. The ground shook beneath his giant footsteps. Lily continued sliding toward the edge of a steep drop. Fear filled her heart. Then suddenly, a massive hand appeared beneath her. She stopped moving. Slowly, she opened her eyes. She was sitting safely in the palm of an enormous hand. For a moment she felt relief. Then she looked up and saw the giant. His tangled hair moved in the wind. His enormous face towered above her. His rough appearance made him look terrifying. Lily gasped. The giant froze. Fear flashed across his face. He knew that look. Everyone always reacted the same way. Slowly and carefully, he lowered her to the ground. "I'm sorry," he said softly, his deep voice echoing through the valley. Lily stepped backward. The giant looked away sadly. "I didn't mean to frighten you." To Lily's surprise, there was kindness in his voice. Not anger, not cruelty. Kindness. The giant turned to leave. But before he could walk away, Lily noticed blood on his arm. A large cut stretched across his skin. "Wait," she called. "You are hurt." Adrian looked surprised. No one had ever asked if he was hurt, not since the curse. Slowly, Lily removed a clean cloth from her basket. "May I help?" For the first time in many months, Adrian felt something he thought he had lost forever. Hope. He carefully sat down on the mountainside. Lily began cleaning the wound. The giant watched her quietly. Neither of them realized it yet, but at that moment, a friendship was beginning. A friendship that would change both of their lives. Far away in the kingdom, another pair of eyes watched Lily leave the village. Victor, the false prince, stood on a palace balcony. He remembered the beautiful girl he had seen days earlier. And the more he thought about her, the more he wanted her for himself. A slow smile spread across his face. "I think," Victor said softly, "it's time I met Lily." For several days after meeting the giant, Lily could not stop thinking about him. Everyone in the village spoke of giants as terrible monsters, yet the giant she had met was nothing like the stories. He had saved her life, and when she treated his wound, he had thanked her with such kindness that she found herself wondering about him. One morning, Lily packed a small basket with bread, apples, and fresh water. Then she quietly left the cottage. Her stepmother was too busy admiring herself in a mirror to notice. Lily followed the mountain path she had taken before. As she climbed higher, she felt nervous. What if the giant did not want to see her again? What if she had imagined his kindness? Soon, she reached the cliff where they had first met. At first, she saw no sign of him. Then she heard a distant sound. Thump, thump, thump. The giant appeared from behind the trees carrying a huge pile of firewood. When he saw Lily, surprise filled his face. "You came back?" Lily smiled. "I brought you lunch." For a moment, Adrian simply stared. No one had ever brought him food before, not since he became a giant. Slowly, a small smile appeared on his face. The two spent the afternoon together. Lily told him stories about village life, flowers, festivals, and children playing in the streets. Adrian listened carefully. He missed hearing ordinary things. In return, he showed Lily hidden places in the mountains, crystal clear waterfalls, fields of wildflowers, ancient trees growing from rocky cliffs, places no villager had ever seen. As the days passed, their friendship grew stronger. Lily visited whenever she could. She brought food, books, blankets, and most importantly, conversation. For the first time in many months, Adrian no longer felt alone. One afternoon, they sat beside a waterfall. Lily noticed how sad Adrian seemed while looking toward the distant kingdom. "Do you miss your home?" she asked softly. The giant became quiet. "More than anything." Lily looked at him carefully. "You speak differently from other people." Adrian looked away. "What do you mean?" "You sound educated. You know things most villagers don't." Lily hesitated. "And sometimes, you seem more like a prince than a giant." Adrian nearly dropped the stone he was holding. For a moment, panic flashed across his face, but he quickly forced a smile. Meanwhile, far away in the royal palace, Victor had become increasingly restless. He sat in the throne room pretending to review royal matters, but his thoughts were elsewhere. Lily. Her beauty had captivated him. Unlike the noble women who constantly chased his attention, Lily had ignored him completely, and that made him want her even more. One afternoon, Victor decided he had waited long enough. Dressed in expensive royal clothing, he rode to Lily's village with several guards. The entire village gathered to greet him. People bowed, children cheered. Lady Agnes nearly fainted from excitement. "The prince is visiting our village," she exclaimed. Victor barely noticed anyone else. His eyes searched the crowd. Then he saw her, Lily, standing near a flower garden. For a moment, even Victor was speechless. "Lily, I've heard wonderful things about you." Lily curtsied politely. "Your Highness." Victor expected admiration, excitement, perhaps even blushing. Instead, Lily simply smiled politely. Nothing more. The reaction irritated him. Still, he continued speaking. "I would like to spend more time getting to know you." Before Lily could answer, a small boy accidentally bumped into Victor. The child immediately apologized. But Victor's face darkened. "Watch where you're going, fool." The boy stepped back in fear. Lily's smile disappeared. She quickly comforted the frightened child. Victor noticed. For the first time, he realized Lily was looking at him with disappointment. Not admiration, disappointment. The feeling annoyed him. That evening, Victor returned to the palace, but his desire to win Lily only grew stronger. If kindness would not impress her, he would find another way. Back in the mountains, Adrian stood on a cliff, watching the sunset. Lily sat nearby. For a while, neither spoke. Then Adrian smiled. "I never thought I would have a friend again." Lily smiled back. "You'll always have one." Neither of them noticed it, but something deeper than friendship had already begun to grow. The days passed quickly. Whenever she could, Lily climbed into the mountains to visit Adrian. Their friendship continued to grow stronger. They explored hidden valleys together. They shared stories beside waterfalls. And for the first time since the curse, Adrian often found himself smiling. One afternoon, Lily arrived carrying a basket filled with fresh bread and apples. "I brought your favorites," she said. Adrian laughed. "I didn't know giants had favorites." "Now you do," Lily replied with a grin. One afternoon, Lily noticed Adrian's old blue ribbon slip from his cloak, royal blue, embroidered with gold. When she picked it up, his fear was unmistakable. "This must mean a lot to you," she said. "It belonged to someone I once was," Lily pressed gently. "You speak like a nobleman. Sometimes you seem more like a prince than a giant." Adrian forced a smile and brushed it off, but the question stayed with her. Meanwhile, Victor's attempts to court Lily kept failing. Flowers returned, gifts refused, his temper showing through the cracks. When he noticed mountain mud on her shoes, suspicion took root. Days later, Lily asked Adrian directly who he really was. "I can't tell you," he said, and she backed off, hurt but patient. Unseen, Victor had followed her into the mountains and watched from the trees, determined to find out what, or who, had her attention. While Adrian was out, Lily found a hidden chest in his cave. A royal sword, a crest, sealed letters, and another blue ribbon. One letter was addressed to my beloved son, Prince Adrian, signed by the king. When Adrian returned and saw her holding it, he didn't deny it. Yes, they stole my face, my name, my father, everything. Lily promised to help him, but Victor, hidden outside, heard it all. Panicked and furious, he raced back to the palace and spread a royal announcement. A dangerous giant was hiding in the mountains, spying on the kingdom. Fear spread fast, and soldiers were sent to hunt him down. Hundreds of soldiers climbed into the mountains, led by Victor. Adrian and Lily tried to flee, but stopped when they heard a child crying for help near a ravine. Without hesitation, Adrian caught the falling boy in his enormous hand. When soldiers found them, the boy spoke up. "He saved me. He isn't a monster." Doubt spread through the ranks, until Victor, desperate to regain control, grabbed a bow and fired at Adrian. Adrian shoved Lily out of the way and took the arrow in the shoulder, protecting her instead of himself. The soldiers saw it clearly. Not a monster, but a hero. Victor ordered a retreat, his authority crumbling. Back at the palace, King Edward had already begun doubting his son. Victor couldn't answer simple questions about Adrian's childhood, and a blue ribbon Adrian always wore had mysteriously vanished when mysterious fires broke out across the kingdom, secretly set by Marta to frame the giant. A scrap of cloth from the scene matched Victor's own cloak. Suspicious and certain now, the king summoned Adrian and Lily to the palace. In the throne room, Edward recognized his real son by his eyes alone. Confronted with the ribbon, the pendant, and the torn cloak, Marta finally confessed she had switched the boys years ago. Victor was exposed, father and son embraced in tears. Even with the truth revealed, Adrian remained a giant, and many villagers still feared him. That night, sitting alone by a fountain, he confided to Lily that the kingdom had its prince back, but not really him. She reassured him, "The prince returned the day I met him." The next day, at a royal garden celebration, the boy Adrian had saved brought him a glowing silver leaf, the same rare plant Lily's stepmother had once sent her to find. Combined with the glow of Adrian's ribbon, the leaf broke the curse completely. The giant transformed back into the young prince, his eyes and heart unchanged. Victor and Marta were banished from the kingdom forever. Adrian and Lily, now together, ruled with kindness, and the kingdom remembered the lesson. Never judge someone by their appearance, for the greatest beauty is a good and loving heart.